What's going on, guys? It's Greg and welcome to our College Pick'em Show Week 3. We'll be having this show every single Monday here on youtube.com/ECD. You can pick the games along with us, be entered to win great prizes at the end of the season. I'm also going to break down a little bit about the games from the last weekend and also what you can expect in the coming weekend and where you can watch games on TV. So a lot packed into a short show. Make sure to subscribe and stay tuned every Monday. And also today, for today's picks only, whoever does the best out of Week 3 is going to win a custom ECD mesh kit. You get to pick out the colors. So we've obviously got end of season prizes, but just this episode, we're going to give away a little prize next week for whoever does the best in this week. So as always, you can hit the link in the description to make your picks. Also check the leaderboard and see a little bit of our commentary, but let's get into what happened over the weekend. It was the first full weekend of college lacrosse. It felt really great for it to be back. I was watching lacrosse with my son. You can see I'm actually stuck in my home office today. My car battery is dead in my car, which was a bummer this morning, but that's besides the point. College lacrosse is officially back. It's on TV. There were some great matchups. So let's break down what we had over the weekend. Number one, we had Duke beating Denver. Obviously a top 5 matchup, really fun one to watch. Duke had to come back to take them, and ended up being 12-10. Really great game. Denver looked a little slow in the second half, and then we had a little back-to-back action for Denver there. They went and played UNC, and that was a routing. UNC was just too much for them, pretty much doubled them up. Chris Gray had 7 goals, 1 behind the back off the ground. Looked unbelievable. UNC over the weekend, as opposed to Duke, looked like the team to beat. And on that note, we had a couple upset alerts there for a minute. So Towson was leading Virginia, technically the reigning NCAA champion, 4-2 in the first quarter. Virginia ended up ramping them up and beating them up pretty good. And then we had Robert Morris versus Duke, and Robert Morris was leading at Duke 5-2 at one point. So it shows you that some of these teams who aren't in the top 20, they can play with these teams, but not for a full game. It looked like in the first quarter they had a little momentum, and then the higher ranked team ended up taking them out. I love upsets. I love early season upsets. I was really hoping one of those two would pan out, but stay tuned. There might be some more upsets coming up later in the season. So let's take a look at the picks. I picked 5 for 6 over the weekend. That's pretty good, but you guys are doing really well. Looking at the leaderboard, we have 4 people who have picked perfect so far, so got all 6 right in the second week, 2 right in the first week for 8 right total. Our very own Brian Schaff, you might have seen some videos. He's one of those leaders, so we've got 4 of you. Avi, Brian, Adam, and Mike Cole. You guys are currently leading the board with 100% picking. So how's it gonna work? Is you want to get in on this as early as possible and pick all the weeks, because it will be based on the total picks you got right at the end of the season. So the more weeks you participate in, the more chance you have to get more games right. So let's take a look at this coming weekend. Another full slate of games. Not so many that are top 5 or top 10 matchups, but a lot of great games. You've got teams that are going to start their season, have their first game, like Army, Loyola, you've got Delaware, you've got Villanova, you've got Marquette, and many more are going to play their first games this weekend. We're going to kick it off actually on Wednesday with some lacrosse action on Wednesday. So get your picks in ASAP. Right as you're watching this video, head over to the link, get your picks in right away so you don't miss that Wednesday game. So let's break down a couple of picks that I've got here. First up, Army versus UMASS. I'm going to take UMass in that game. They looked really strong in the CAA last year, and I think they could win that over Patriot League Army. Then you've got 2 that are going to open their season together. You've got Delaware versus Villanova, both top 20 teams. I'm picking Delaware. I really like that kid, Charlie Kitchen. He's a lot of fun to watch. But Villanova is going to be very good as well. I think that Villanova might actually win that game. I just like the Delaware team more, so I'm going to vote for them. Sorry, Stelios. Next up, you've got Richmond versus Loyola. We are no longer a sponsor of Loyola, unfortunately, but I'm not going to let that hold, or let me hold that against them. I'm going to pick Loyola in this game. Hometown, wish I could go. Can't be there, unfortunately. So Richmond versus Loyola, I'm taking Loyola in that one. And finally, Jacksonville versus UNC. I like Jacksonville. We're actually a sponsor of that team this year, but it's going to be really hard to pick against UNC after seeing what they did to Denver over the weekend. That's just a juggernaut that I don't want to put my pick in the way of. So those are my 4 picks for this week. You can head to the link, make all your picks there, and then let's talk about where you can watch some of this stuff. So the TV schedule is starting to come out. It is complex. Obviously, there's like a ton of different streaming services and places to watch this stuff. It makes it tough. So in this show, Every Monday I'm gonna try and break it down for you so you know where to watch and when. And also on our Instagram story at ECD Lax, you can follow, and I'm gonna give you guys updates real time, live as I can, of where you can watch and what's going on in the game. So on Wednesday, you've got Bellarmine versus Jacksonville. That's gonna be ESPN Plus, which is a premium service, but a lot of you guys might have it. If you've got like that Disney Plus Hulu bundle, you've already got ESPN Plus, so sign up. If not, it's like $5 a month. And next, you do put a lot of lacrosse on there. And then Saturday, you've got RMU versus High Point. That RMU team looked really good. That's also ESPN Plus. So if you've got it, you can watch both those games. Then you've got Army versus UMASS on Lax Sports Net. I'll put the link to that in the description. It's free. You can watch it on your phone. They have good production quality. This is a great way to watch games, and they cover a lot of CAA. So Army versus UMass on Saturday is going to be on Lax Sports Net. And then finally, Jacksonville at UNC is going to be again on the ACC network. This is already included for some of you with your cable package. So you can find it from me on Verizon. It's channel 571. You can also watch on the ESPN app. If you have your cable login, you put it in, it's gonna give you access to all those games. If it's not included in your cable package, I think you can add it. I think it's $10 a month. They are putting a ton of lacrosse on there. So if you just pick it up for a couple months and cancel it, it might be worth it for the season, so check it out. All right, there's your breakdown for the games this weekend, what's gonna happen, where you can watch them, make your picks at the link in the description. Again, this weekend only, we're giving away a mesh kit for whoever does the best out of our group here. We already have over 1,000 you guys who have entered. This is a lot of fun. I really appreciate y'all entering, so make sure to tell your friends, get as many people in on this, and then we've got those 3 great grand prizes for the end of the season. So we'll keep you updated every Monday. Subscribe, like if you liked it, subscribe. I said that twice. Anyway, I'll see you guys next Monday.